Yes, I am underscoring there is no competition for
Speaking
family
of the no
films.
competition.
Exactly.
Ta-da!
This was not competition at all. Nobody was going to see this POS film. But you're right. That is a good segue. Let me get the article up.
Well, that's what I thought you were doing. Okay.
I was trying. Well, I didn't realize I was doing that. I forgot that yesterday, Troy, who put these notes together, was smart enough to plan out this transition.
We're using the same picture for both. No, but the point is that they keep thinking, parents don't want to take their kids to movies. Yes, they do. They took them to see Minecraft.
Absolutely, they do. They're desperate to.
Rapunzel, let down your big screen dreams. So this is a reaction. Disney is hitting the pause button on its planned live-action remake of the 2010 animated hit Tangled, following the disastrous box office performance of Snow White, according to multiple reports published Thursday.
Yep.
The Hollywood Reporter was first to break the news. Entertainment Weekly and Deadline confirmed the story. Tangled, a reimagining of the Brothers Grimm fairy tale Rapunzel, had been in active development, with The Greatest Showman director Michael Gracie signed on to helm the film from a script.
I heard they were in talks with Samuel L. Jackson to play Rapunzel.
You know what? I need to get this mother effing hair out of this mother effing tower.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right.
According to Deadline, the movie was officially in pre-production and meetings with potential stars were already underway. When Disney pulled the plug, the outlet also reported that Snow White tanking at the box office at $270 million.
I would too, Clue. That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I would actually go see that movie, I'm going to be honest with you. The $207 million movie has grossed $69 million domestically and $145 million worldwide. This is a bomb, led by the House of Mouse to reevaluate plans for other planned live-action adaptations, borrowing on its animated IP library.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could have broken even if Rachel Zegler had just shut up. I don't know. Dinklage didn't help matters. I think Dinklage sabotaged the project too. I'm sorry.
But honestly, the other thing too was the word of mouth that it was so bad. Look, I'm sorry. Everything else aside, if you make a bad movie, people don't want to see it. Shocking, I know.
The Snow White remake was dogged by controversy almost since it added Disney slates the treatment of the 1937 animated classic Seven Dwarfs. It's actually dwarfs, even though dwarves is better English because Tolkien commented that it should be dwarves, not dwarfs, but drew debate all the way up to the remake's March 21st release, while star Rachel Zegler whose casting spurred outrage because she is a Latina, continually fueled right-leaning critics with social media posts attacking Donald Trump voters and supporting Palestinians. I want to make something clear.
Right there. I can't believe they are still piling on that BS line. A company that talks about, cultural appropriation, we got to be sensitive, blah, 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 then you should have cast a freaking German girl for this role.
But I also want
this is as stupid as setting a video game in feudal Japan and making the main character black and gay at that.
Well, he's based on a historical figure.
Exactly right. This is not only cultural appropriation, it's defamation of a culture.
But can I I did want to bring up a comment though about this, the whole Rachel Zegler being Latina and all that. She was the one that brought it up when she was first announced casting and said, all the haters are going to come out because I'm not white, and she was the one bringing attention to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had various actresses over the years. Kristen Cruick played Snow White in a special. No one screamed then. She was the one making a point about this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well,
I mean, look at her in that dress there. She looks like a princess.
People forget that speaking of, Superman adjacent, what's his name? New Adventures of Lois and Clark. Dean Cain.
Yes.
Dean Cain's part Asian too, and he played Superman. Nobody had an issue with that at all.
But
You
he
know,
doesn't start out attacking the fans. Are they going to accept me because of my? No, he just says I'm Superman, and I think if
it
she
had
hadn't
nothing
brought
to
it
do
up,
with her ethnicity. It had to do with how she looked. She does have darker skin than
yeah.
you would expect for someone who is named Snow White,
Well, it
whose
is in the story.
skin
Yes,
is supposed to be white
white
as
as snow.
snow.
Disney. And oh, this movie was a disaster.
She went out of her way to antagonize people, and they Disney literally reaped what they sowed from this. But if the message they take away from this is stop making live action remakes, I'll take that.
Brandy was all right for Cinderella for a teenage adult me. I remember. I remembered.
Not to mention that was a TV thing. That
Like
wasn't
a
even
play,
a
like a musical.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
And she was nice looking too. But what was it? Godot, jealous over Zegler, homegirl, please.
homegirl, please. Exactly, I agree.
It's another instance of the Queen. Even in the animated movie, I preferred the Queen to Snow White. I don't know what's that. That's like a thing.
Well, I've recently been revisiting the original, and I realized that
Yep, I know what you're
because
talking about.
Snow White is like, I don't know, 13 years
She's
old,
young. She's
and the Queen is like, okay, I maybe a little evil, but a bad girl type.
Queen has a nice figure. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, she does, and I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not the demographic for this movie.
Well, here's the thing, though. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, believe it or not, it was meant to be targeted to everybody. See, back then,
yeah,
movies
yeah,
weren't
yeah.
necessarily, oh, this is an adult movie. This is a children's movie. I mean, the idea was everybody went to the movies. Now, the kids might get bored during a Humphrey Bogart movie, but I don't think they would see anything in it that would scar them for life. I mean,
Right. There was nothing truly inappropriate there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's that's how the movies were back then, and sometimes I wish they might go back to some of that. But anyway, the West Side Story breakout. 23 also found herself an awkward standoff with co-star Gal Gadot, 39, an Israeli actress who served in the Israeli Defense Forces over their differing political views. Maybe out of respect for your co-star, even if you have these opinions,
She has
just
no
maybe
respect
keep.
for anybody.
I
She
mean,
has no respect for anybody. That's clear. And Disney doesn't either. And that's the funny thing. We're seeing here echoes of exactly what Disney is going to have to defend in court with the Gina Carano case. She pointed out, you took and castigated me for making what you perceived to be a political commentary, which it was demonstrably not. Yet you protect other actors, male actors, who have political opinions that you think are okay. And then here you do the exact same thing.
when is that set to go to court? I know it's not like on TV. Sometimes
There
these
was
take years,
there was
but
I don't think that made the cut for us to cover it, but there's some interesting news about that. Disney is trying to push that out. They've gotten a bit of a continuance as it goes into Discovery.
I want to know who that Lucasfilm representative that leaked her
But
filing
here's
was. I
the
want to know who it
problem.
was.
Here's and I think Culture Casino and Midnight's Edge have talked about this. Check out their videos on this for more. But because part of the case is she wants her role restored and to be put into the Mandalorian film, this could side rail them getting the Mandalorian done on schedule. They might have to push that out now as a result. And as you know, every time they push these movies out and run the risk of having to do reshoots, that runs into money, and that means less profit. They really can't afford that. Not again.
I think that or was sneezing. Was sneezing. So God bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyway, scandals aside, neither critics nor audiences found Snow White particularly fair, with the film getting a paltry B plus cinema score from moviegoers. Scores below an A- are considered lackluster. Tangled once looked like a slam dunk for a live-action remake.
Wait a minute. Back up. B+? What platform gave it that?
Cinema Score.
Oh, screw Cinema Score. Because if you go to Rotten Tomato and dig into it, it got a 30% from all viewers.
Maybe that's the critics. Maybe that might have been the.
No, the critics gave it low marks too. And here I'm talking about Rotten Tomatoes. But you know what, guys? You shouldn't even be going to Rotten Tomatoes. You shouldn't be going to Critic Score or whatever that one is. Criticlist.com. And you can go and you can give your own reviews and read the reviews of other reviewers that you like. Like, for example, Deleted Scenes, Tom Connors, Sin's Corner. And, of course, Critic List themselves. Go check them out.
Disney's strategy of rating IP library for live-action remakes has been working prior to Snow White, at least financially. Financially. Let's put that. Studio's recent reimaginings of The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin each exceeded $1 billion globally. I hated the Beauty and the Beast live action.
I did too. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Why didn't they cast Henry Cavill as Gaston?
God, I think that would have been a good casting. Yeah,
Henry Cavill as Gaston.
The guy that they cast, what's his name? He played Dracula.
He's not bad. He's not a bad actor.
He did as well as he could with what he had to work with, but he just was not Gaston. You know,
I think I would have cast him as the Beast. Maybe he could have been the prince that became the Beast. That might have been more sense. But yeah, okay. Let's move on. Oh man! Next article.
Stop with the live action remakes. Just please quit.
Especially recent movies. It's like, you just did it as an animated. Why are you doing animated movies then? It's just.
I know.
Okay. There we go.